Welcome to session 10 of Managing Strategic Resources and Operations. My name is Dr. Reza Akbari and I'm the subject coordinator of this unit. In this session, we're going to talk about quality management and quality control. Once you complete this session, you are able to explain the concept and definition of quality, quality management, quality control, and assurance. You can discuss the various definition and dimension of quality and why quality is important to operation and supply chain. Then we can look into total quality management along with seven core principles. We're definitely looking into Six Sigma, gap model, philosophy of ISO 9000, and also you're able to discuss some of the important issues associated with managing quality across the supply chain.
What is quality management? Is basically include everything we do to make sure we produce and deliver our company's products and service to one of those specs and at appropriate cost. Quality management is also include making sure goods arrive on time. It's also ensure the company's goals and services are consistent. So basically, meeting or exceeding customer expectation, also the characteristic of a product and services that bear on its ability to satisfy a stated or imply needs. A product or services that is free of any faults or anything. There are also four concepts here: value perspective, conformation perspective, quality of conformation, and the specification. So, by looking into value perspective, we're looking into like quality must be judged in part and how well the characteristic of a particular product or service align with the needs of the specific user. When we're looking into conformance or perspective, a quality perspective that focus on whether or not the product was made or a service was performed as intended. Quality of conformance extend to which process is able or is able to deliver output that conforms to the design specification. And of course, when we're looking at the specification, target, and tolerance determined by designer of good and services. The dimension of product quality and service qualities are kind of different. So when we're looking into product quality, we have consistency, reliability, statistics, conformance, durability, perceived quality, performance, serviceability, and a specific feature. But when we're looking in the dimension of service quality, we are talking about consistency, reliability. So these two are same: assurance, convenience, courtesy, expectancy, responsiveness, tangibles, and time.
Let's have a look at some of the contributors to quality management. Like we have Walter Schwartz, then we have Edward Demings, Joseph Duran, Taguchi, Ishikawa, Ono, and Shingo, and also Crosby. So there are lots of, or many people contribute to quality management, operation management, and each of them they have a significant contribution. If you're looking into detail, for example, we're looking into Joseph Duran contribute to quality control handbook. We're looking in the Ishikawa, definitely you hear about cause and effect diagram and fishbone, and also we're looking into Taiji Uno and Shigeo Shingo developed a philosophy and method of Kaizen, Crosby looking into zero defect. So there are many important people in history that they contribute to quality management, and we should be able to acknowledge them.
TQM or total quality management is an approach to quality management that aims to achieve continuous improvement in the quality of a product and service offered by an organization. It is a customer focused approach that involves all employees in organization from top management to frontline workers in continuous effort to improve the quality. So there are some principles here: customer focus, leadership environment, customer continuous improvement, employee empowerment, quality assurance, a strategic partnership, and a strategic quality plan. TQM involve implementation of various quality management techniques like a statistical process control, Six Sigma, Kaizens, and to achieve continuous improvement in quality it required commitment from top management provide necessary resources and support for quality improvement effort. The benefit of TQM includes improved customer satisfaction, increased efficiency, reduced costs, and improve competency as well. By focusing on quality, organization can enhance their reputation and increase customer loyalties, leading to increased revenue and profitability.
Quality control is a process that focuses on ensuring that the product or service meets certain specification and satisfies customer requirement. It involves monitoring and measuring various processes to determine the performance and making adjustments as necessary to maintain a specific level of quality. A quality control system typically consists of three main components. First, there is a performance standard or goal that defines the desired level of the quality. This standard serves as a benchmark against which the actual performance is evaluated. The second component is the means of measuring the actual performance. This involves gathering data and information about the product or service throughout various methods such as inspection, test, and evaluation. These measurements provide objective feedback on the quality of the output. The third component involves comparing the actual performance with the established standard by analyzing the result of the measurements. Any deviations or discrepancy between the actual performance and desired standard can be identified. This forms the basic for corrective sections, which may involve adjusting processes, addressing issues, or implementing improvement to bring the performance back in line with the standard. Overall, quality control is a systematic approach that helps the organization maintain consistency, meet customer expectation, and continuously improve the product or services. Quality at the source is an approach that emphasizes the responsibility of individual performing the work to control and ensure the quality of their processes. In this approach, employees are empowered and encouraged to identify and correct any defect or error as soon as they are recognized or happens. The concept of quality at the source recognizes that the people closest to the work are in the best position to identify and address quality issues promptly. By taking ownership of the quality of their processes, employees become proactive in detecting and resolving the problem rather than relying on inspections or quality check downstream. To effectively implement quality at the source, employees need to possess good data collection, observations, and analytic skill. They should be trained in identifying deviations from the desired quality standard and have necessary tools and resources to address these issues. Proper support from management is also crucial to provide guidance, encouragement, and a culture that values quality. By practicing quality at the source, organization can reduce the chance of defects or error passing through multiple stages of production or services. This basically approach promotes a culture of continuous improvement where employees actively contribute to enhancing the quality of their work and driving overall organizational excellence. When we're talking about quality control practices in manufacturing, we're looking to supply certification and management to ensure that the integrity of incoming materials are there. Then we're looking into in-process control. Some of the steps can be prevent defects and ensuring that defective output do not leave the process. And also we're looking at the finished good control, verifying that product meet the customer requirements before we send it out and give it to the customer. Some of the products already have those quality control stamp or QC stamp on them as well. Now we discussed about the quality control practice in manufacturing. The next one is the quality control practicing in services. So that helps prevent sources of errors, mistakes, or something. using the approach like Pokoyoke, hiring and training service providers and service management skills, measuring customer satisfactions, using Net Promoter Score, a metric that gives differences in the percentage of promoters and detractors as well. The Statistical Process Control, SPC, is the methodology for monitoring the quality of manufacturing and service delivery processes. It's technically helped to identify and eliminate unwanted cause of variation. For example, if we can looking at this figure, we have upper control limit and lower control limits, and we test the system, and if it is within the lines, it is fine. But if any of those tests or monitoring goes beyond this um, control limits, then this is where we actually need to look into it to see what's went wrong and how we can fix the issues and improve them.
So, quality assurance is a systematic process that aims to ensure that product or service meets or exceeds a specific quality standard. It involves establishing processes and procedures to monitor and verify that the output of the particular service or product adhere to the defined requirements, specification, and expectation. In other words, quality assurance is the process of implementing a set of practices and procedures that ensure that products and services meet and exceed customer expectation. The goal of quality assurance is to prevent defects and errors, ensure consistency, and improve the overall quality of the product and or service. Is an ongoing process that require constant monitoring, evaluation, improvement to ensure the quality standards are continually met. Quality assurance is part of any business or organizations as it helps to build customer confidence and trust in the product and services being offered. By implementing robust quality assurance program, businesses can reduce costs, improve customer satisfaction, and enhance their reputation in the market. So quality standard created in 1987 and revised in 1994, 2000, 2015 to improve the product quality, quality operation process, confidence in organization, internationally recognized and prescribed document for all processes affecting the quality. People view quality by comparing features and characteristics of good and service to a set of expectation. So the gap model recognizes that there are ways to mismanage the creation and delivery of the high levels of qualities. So you can see from this picture is illustrate where we can identify those gaps.
Now, there are five gaps. So, gap one, discrepancy between customer expectation and management perceptions of those expectations. Gap two, looking into discrepancy between management perceptions of what feature constitute. And they're looking into target level of quality and task of translating these perceptions into executable specification. Gap 3, looking into discrepancy between quality specification documented in operation and training manual and plan and their implementation. Gap 4, discrepancy between actual manufacturing and service delivery system performance and external communications to the customer. And the last gap, which is gap 5, it differences between customer expectation and perceptions.
We do have quality certification by a company organization called International Organization for Standardization. Some example here is ISO 9000, ISO 14000, ISO 24700. ISO 9000 set of quality management standards that provide guidance for business and organization to establish and maintain an effective quality management system. It outlines requirements for processes such as document control, internal audits, corrective actions, among others. So basically, this certification often required for doing business with many companies and government around the world. ISO 14000, on the other hand, provides guidelines for environmental management system. It's designed to help business organizations to reduce the environmental impact and comply with environmental regulation. This covers areas such as waste management, energy consumption, and population prevention, pollution prevention, among others. It provides a framework to organization to identify and manage environmental risk and opportunities. ISO 24700 is a standard to service management that provide guidance for delivery of a high quality services. It outlined requirements for design, delivery, and improvement of services, including aspects such as like service level, customer satisfaction, and continuous improvement. It is also applicable to both internal and external service providers, including IT service providers, outsourcing companies, and other service oriented businesses. In general, these ISOs are international standards that provide guidelines for quality management, environmental management, and service management, respectively. Let's have a look at a little bit detail in ISO 9000. Is a standard is based on a set of principles for quality management that help organization to achieve the quality objectives and deliver consistent high quality product and services. These principles are customer focus. Organizations should understand, meet the customer requirements. Leadership should create a vision for organization and create an environmental in which people can contribute to achieving organization objective. Engaging or involving people at all level of organization should be involved in achieving quality objectives. We're looking into process approach. Organizations should understand and manage their processes in systematic way to achieve quality objective and continuously improve the processes. Improvement, basically, looking into organizations should continuously improve the process, products and services, as well as we're looking into, system approach. Then we're looking into factual approach, decision making, mutual beneficial system, supplier relationships, which basically looking into the last one into relationship with suppliers and other stakeholders. When we're looking into factual approach, it's evidence based. The decision should be based on data and evidence to ensure that they're objective and effective in terms of the organization. By following this principle, organization can actually establish an effective quality management system that meet the requirement of the ISO 9000 standard and improve the overall performance. These principles help organization to focus on customer needs, engage their people, manage the process, and continuously improve their performance.
Six Sigma is a business improvement methodology that aims to identify and eliminate the cause of defects and errors in manufacturing and service processes. It focuses on improving the output that are essential to customers and ultimately generates a measurable financial benefit for the organization. The goal of Six Sigma is to achieve a level of process capability where defects are reduced to almost zero. In Six Sigma, a defect is defined as a mistake or error that is passed on to the customer. The unit of the work referred to the output of a process or an individual process step. By analyzing the measuring the performance of this unit of work, Six Sigma practitioners can identify areas of improvement and implement data-driven solutions to enhance process efficiency and effectiveness. The ultimate aim is to ensure that the final product or service meets or exceeds customer expectation while minimizing defects and error. The Six Sigma methodology follows a structured approach known as DMAIC, which stands for define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. Some brief of each of those. So, define in this phase, the project team identifies and defines a suitable project based on the organization business objective and customer needs. They gather feedback and understand the problem or opportunity that needs to be addressed. Then we go to measure. The team determine how to measure the process and collect relevant data to understand its current performance. They establish baseline metrics and gather information on key variables and factors that contribute to defects or errors. Analyze. This phase involves analyzing the collected data to identify the likely cause of defect or error. Statistical tools and techniques are applied to identify pattern, trends, and root cause that are impacting the process performance. Then we have improve. Based on the analysis, the team identify means to remove or mitigate the cause of the defect. The brainstorm and implement potential solution, making data-driven decision to improve the process and address the identified issues. And the last stage is control. In the final phase, the team determine how to maintain the improvement achieved in the previous step. They establish control measure and put tools in place to ensure that the key variable remain within acceptable range. By following this framework, organization can systematically approach process improvement, identify areas for optimization, and implement sustainable changes that result in higher quality, reduced defects, and improved customer satisfaction. DMADV is another Six Sigma methodology that used for designing new products or processes. It stands for define, measure, analyze, design, and verify. Define similar to DMAIC, the project team identifies and defines the project based on business objective, customer need, and feedback. The focus is understanding the requirements and setting clear goals for the design process. Measure. In this phase, the team determine how to measure and assess the performance of the current process or product if applicable. They gather data and establish baseline metric to evaluate the effectiveness of the existing design. Analyze. The team analyze the collected data to identify the cause of defects or inefficiency in the current process of the product. Now, design. So, unlike DMAIC, this methodology, DMADV, include a dedicated design phase. In this step, the team focus on creating and developing new and improved design for the product or service. They generate and evaluate various design alternatives, seeking innovation solution and that align with the defined project goals. And the final stage here is involving verifying and validating the new design product or process. The team tests and evaluates the design to ensure it meets the requirements and performance as expected. In summary, this methodology, the MADV, is specifically used for designing new product or processes, where the previous one that we talk about, the MAIC, is more commonly employed for improving the existing process. So the MAIC is focused on problem solving and continuous improvement, while the MADV emphasizes the design and development of new solution. Cost of quality refers to expenses happens by an organization in relation to the prevention, detection, and correction of poor quality products or services. It encompasses both the costs associated with avoiding poor quality and those happens as a result of the poor quality. So um, the concept of cost of quality helps the operation manager in several ways. First, communication. By analyzing and quantifying the cost of quality, operations manager can effectively communicate with senior level manager about the impact of the quality on the organizational financial performance. Identification and justification. The cost of quality analysis helps operation manager identify major improvement opportunity within their process by highlighting the costs associated with the poor quality. They can identify and justify the need for investment in quality improvement initiatives like training programs, process redesign, technology upgrades. And then lastly is the importance of quality. Evaluating the cost of quality helps operation managers recognize the significance of the quality in their operation. It provides insight into the potential savings that can be achieved by reducing defects, reworks, and customer complaints. So, by assessing the cost of quality, operation managers can make informed decisions, allocate resources more effectively, and prioritize quality improvement effort to optimize business performance and deliver products or services that meet or exceed customer expectations. So there are three categories of quality costs. One is appraisal cost of activities designed to ensure quality or uncover defects. Then we have prevention costs, all those training, planning, customer assessment, process control, quality improvement costs to prevent defects from happening and rehappening or occurring continuously. And then we have failure costs. So those failure costs can be internal or external. So internals or happen to costs incurred to fix problems that are defected before the products or service delivered to the customer. External is when the product or service is delivered to a customer, then we need to fix them. So there are different costs involved. So there are seven quality control tools. We go through them one by one. One is flowchart, identify the sequence of the activities or flow of materials and information in a process. Then run charts or control charts. We have run chart or line graph with data plotted over the time. Control chart, we have like upper or lower control limits, and then we try to put the test in it. And if in case it goes higher or lower than our control limit, then we need to look into it. Then we have check sheets, data collection from where the results are interpreted directly on the form without additional processing. We have histogram, graphically represent the frequency of the values within a specific group. Pareto diagram separate the beta view from the trivial many causes and provide direction for selecting project for improvement. Cause and effect or from Ishikawa present the change of cause and effect. And also we have a scattered diagram. It's a graphic called components of regression analysis. The 5 why technique is a simple yet effective tool used in root cause analysis to identify the underlying cause of a problem or undesirable event. It involves asking why multiple times to dig deeper into the issue and uncover the root cause. These are how the steps look like. We go through identify the problem and start by clearly define the problem or event that need to be investigated. Then we ask the first time we ask the why question. Ask why the problem happens and identify the first cause and reason. Then we need to repeat the asking the why question. Take the first cause, identify in step two, and ask why it happens. Dig deeper in finding those reasons. We repeat this question from 5 times technically. Sorry, we were asking, continue asking why and analyzing the cause until we reach to a point where further questioning does not lead to any additional meaningful answer. And then once the root cause is identified, it's become easier to develop effective solution and countermeasure to address it. The 5 why technique helps to unravel the complex web of cause behind the problem, enabling an organization to take appropriate action to prevent its reoccurrence. It encourages a deeper understanding of the underlying issues and facilitate the develop of long-term solution for sustained improvement. Kaizen is a quality improvement approach that emphasizes making a small, gradual, and frequent improvement over the long term. It is a continuous improvement philosophy that involves everyone in the organization from top management to front line employees. So, Kaizen events are intensive and rapid improvement process that bring together a team or department to focus all their resources on a specific improvement project over a short time period. This event is also known as a Kaizen Blitz or rapid improvement event aimed to generate quick and significant improvement in the target area. Overall, Kaizen promotes a culture of continuous improvement, empowering employees to contribute to organization's success through small ongoing improvement. By engaging everyone and focusing on incremental changes, Kaizen help organization achieve higher efficiency, quality, and customer satisfaction over time. In conclusion, quality control assurance ensure that a good or service conform to the specification that is required. We can use gap model helps to identify and close the largest gap and improve quality. We do have ISO 9000 that provides set of good basic practices. We discussed about Six Sigma, six to find and eliminate any causes or defects and error in manufacturing and service processes. We also focus on five whys technique to help redefine a problem statement to identify the source of the symptoms. And also we discuss a Kaizen approach, help in quality improvement. And this is the end of these sessions, and we cover lots of interesting topic. I hope you enjoyed this session, and I wish you all the best and good luck.